Hello everyone, myself Khushi. I am a law student in IME Law College. I am here as an intern in a prestigious law firm, LEXIS and Company. So in this video, we will continue the topic, the basic structure of Constitution and the Keshavanad Bharti case. In the previous video, we were discussed that what is the Keshavanad Bharti case, their introduction, the background, the fact, the issue before the court, and a very landmark judgment of the case. Now, we just short recap of the previous video. In the judgment of this case, the landmark judgment which was delivered on 24th April 1973, the Supreme Court held that the constitutional amendment of 24th constitutional amendment was totally entirely valid. That is not they not declared the null and void, but the constitutional 25th constitutional amendment declared void by the the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court here gives the judgment. The Supreme Court declared that Article 31C as the unconstitutional, the right to property is unconstitutional, and we have to remove it from the fundamental rights and add it into the same and same laws which is continue in the Constitution. So the invalid on the ground of judicial review and the basic structure and hence cannot be taken away. Despite the ruling, the parliament cannot breach the fundamental rights. The parliament have no right to amend this like the constitution, that they infringe the basic structure, the fundamental rights of the citizen. Parliament have no right to amend it. The removed fundamental, the removed fundamental right to property is a valid, declared by the Supreme Court. Why it is valid, now we will discuss in the ahead video. The court ruled that in spirit the amendment would be violate the basic structure of the constitution. Now, what is the basic structure? This doctrine, the doctrine of basic structure, is a very important and a very landmark doctrine which was evolved, which was introduced in this case. The origin of the basic structure doctrine are found in the German constitution. Like in this case, the Supreme Court the Supreme Court approached so many constitution of so many countries. This doctrine was which was taken from the German constitution, which the after Nazi regime was meant to protect some basic laws. Learning from the experience, the new German constitution introduced substantive limits on the parliament power to amend certain powers of the constitution, which is considerable basic law. Like this is a basic law and parliament have no right to amend it, to touch it. It is totally depend it is totally a basic rights of the constitution, and you not have a right to amend it. In India, the basic structure doctrine has formed a bedrock of the judicial review of all law passed by the parliament. No law can be impinged on the basic structure, that you cannot make any law, any amendment which infringe the basic structure of the constitution. What is the basic structure is, however, has been continue a deliberation. Parliamentary democracy, fundamental rights, judicial review, secularism are all held by the court as a basic structure in the list that is not exhaustive, that is not a permanent. This list was introduced, this list was asking by time to time by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court have only power that which provision of the constitution that they but they want to add in the list. This is up to Supreme Court. Means the Supreme Court decide that what is the basic structure of the constitution, not a parliament. And it is a judiciary that are responsible to decide that the constitute the basic structure. Now we will discuss that so many provision that time to time added by the Supreme Court in this list: the supremacy of the Constitution, unity and sovereignty of the India, democratic and republic form of government, federal character of the Constitution, separation of the power, individual freedom, rule of law, judicial review, parliamentary system, rule of equality, free and fair elections, powers of Supreme Court under 32, 136, 142 and 147, and power of High Court under 226 and 227 article of the Constitution. So this list that time to time added by the Supreme Court, and this is the basic structure that the Parliament do not have any right. They cannot amend any provision of the Constitution which is related to it. They can amend everything. They can amend each and every part of the Constitution. Even they can amend the preamble, but they do not touch the basic structure of the Constitution. If they do the same, the Supreme Court have a full power to make a judicial review on it and make this amendment or a law null and void. Implementation of the judgment. Politically, as a result of the verdict, the judiciary faced its biggest litmus test against the executive. The government ignored the opinion and suppresses three judges. Within less than 2 years of the restoration of the parliament amending powers to near absolute term, the fourth amendment was challenged before the Supreme Court by the owner of Mineral Mills. Uh, a sick of industrial firm which was nationalized by the government in 1974. The basic structure doctrine was again confirmed in the Mineral Mills and later the Veman Rao case 1881. So this is the cases which Supreme Court implement this judgment, this basic structure of doctrine. Hope you understand that what is the basic structure of doctrine. If you have any query and the question regarding this topic, then you have to asking me in a comment box, and hope you like this. A very thank you to all. Thank you so much.